Hello all, this is my small video presentation I made for my Hackathon application. So let's take a quick look at what this is. This app will allow companies, organizations, NGOs, hospitals to keep track of their inventories and keep track of their inventories using small NFC tags. Now, I'm not sure if you've actually ever seen an NFC tag. They're like small pieces like this one. They are scannable by any phone. Pretty much most of the phones nowadays have an NFC scanner. So the idea behind this tag is to have like an identification to anything that your organization or any organization is storing within their warehouses or wherever they store things, storage facilities. The project was intended to be used after the Nepali earthquake of 2015 in projects that were helping rebuild schools. They had a lot of problems keeping track of their inventory and the tools that they were using. After the coronavirus happened, I realized that we could use this in a very global scale, and if we were able to make these things public, then it would be very useful, because normally I hear that many people or many organizations have problem with like, oh, there's a lack of masks, or there's a lack of this, or there's a lack of that. But how do you know what hospitals or where is the lack, and how many are there? Like, how many do we need, and how many are we consuming? So the idea behind this whole project is to help these kind of organizations to keep track of their inventory and to make it, if they want to, make it public, so that other people anywhere in the world can know, oh, like there's a food shelter near my house that is running low on tomatoes. They don't need to ask; they already use this track, so that this tool is useful for them already. So the idea is that the tool is useful; they will be using it. The data is shared publicly, and therefore you can pitch in. Like, you can say, like, you can contact the people, and you can say like, hey, I've got like this, I can take it to you, and like either courier it or take it to them so they can use it. So let's take a quick look at the app. So there would be like a small login. You can log in with Facebook, with Twitter, or with Google. The reason why I'm doing this is because these are the three main logins that you can do, and they already are built in with the Firebase database and Firebase system. So the Firebase authentication already has this built in. It would be very quick to build, and it would take like very little money to very little pay to do in hours of work, you know. So you log in, and then you have like the main ideas that you can have like your phone. You can use your phone anywhere, and you can scan anything. When you're in this when you are in this screen, you can already start scanning things. You can join a project or create a new project. So let's say that you want to create a new project. So you would create a new project with a project name. Let's say like this is like the project name is like my hospital, or a small hospital in the middle of nowhere, or where access to resources is difficult. Or maybe you are like a clinic, maybe you are like an NGO that serves food for sheltered people or homeless people, and you need ingredients to prepare the foods and the meals. So you can write out the project description here, and then you can save it, and voila, you would have created the project. The project would be created already. If you scan something with your phone, let's say like you would use these tags, and you would put it everywhere in your storage facility. Maybe you would be needing what, like maybe you can use 30, 40, 50. They're very cheap. You can find them pretty much anywhere online. You can buy them online. They're relatively easy to find, and not very expensive. So you would imagine a warehouse full of these things, these tags placed wherever you're storing the things, like masks or NFC, like those N95 masks or gloves. You can have those shared by compartments, and you can keep track of where should everything be stored. So let's say that with your phone you scan one of these things, one of the tags. So right now you will have information of what is it, or where is it, and how many are there. And you can use this information to either update how many they are. Like, let's say like you brought like 10 new boxes of gloves. So you would say like, here, what is it? Like a box of 100 gloves. And where is it? In the main storehouse facility. How many are there? So there's 5 boxes, and every time you use up one of the boxes, you can just like remove one and save it. Or you can, if you restock, you can add 1 or 2, or just like retype how many of them are there. And the minimum stock needed is the thing that's going to be really useful in the future. What this will be useful for is because if you run out, or if you run low, then this will trigger an alarm to the system, and it will be publicly shown to anyone that is browsing the site, so anyone can find out what you need, what is in need, and what do you need it for. So let's say like you write it down. You can also keep track of tools like items if they're broken or if they're being repaired. Let's say you have respirators and you're running out of respirators. You can keep track of all of the respirators that you have, and you can keep track of where they're going to and what you're doing with them. When they break down, you can say that they're broken. You can indicate the system that they're broken, and if you're taking it to be repaired, you can also indicate it like, okay, this is being repaired right now. So the system takes care of this and keeps track of this. Then you can save this, and you would be doing this for every single project that every single item that you have in your storage facility. You can also edit the setting of the project configurations with the project name and everything. You can make the public project. You can make it a project public, or you can create also a join spot. What would a join spot be? A join spot would be basically you could use one of these things, one of the NFC tags, for anyone to just join into the project. Because the idea behind this is that like many people will be working in these things and many people will come and go to the project. So the idea behind this is like, okay, there's like a join spot somewhere, and if you want to join this storehouse or this facility, you just need to scan it, type in the password, and so on. Let's take a look at that. So you can join a project, and you can scan the NFC project, just the same tag as for items, but this one would be like to join the project. So you scan it, and then if there's a password, because maybe you want to give it a little bit of protection, then you can enter the password, and then you would be joining the project. So you would have joined the project, and then you would be able to see the inventory of the project. How many things are there in each of the parts? So you can say, okay, this is the tool shed, or maybe I want to go to the storage facility or where the pharmaceuticals are, and you can keep a list of what there is and what things are there, and then you can keep track of each one of these and see what it is, and again like update it and so on, or check it and see how it is, and then you can save or cancel. Another interesting feature that this has is that you can see the story. You can see how it has been updated, and who updated it, and who did what, and who restocked and who resupplied. So if there's a problem, you know who's responsible for it, or you can ask like, hey, I have a doubt with this, like what happened here? Why are there like 10 like you removed like 5 the other day? What do you use them for? Oh, I used them for this, or I gave it to somewhere else. So you can always rewind to a point in the interface, and then you will know and you will see what the status of the project of the item was back then. The idea behind this is also to allow for anyone, like all of this information can be held publicly for everyone to see. So if we go to like the main web page, let's say, okay, this is like the project. So let's say, okay, let me show you. You could see in the project, like in the main web page, you could actually see like the whole, like the low stock places that are near you, because when you create a project, the system stores your GPS position, and then anyone that lives nearby will know what you're lacking for and what you're running out of things, and they can either spread the word or get in touch with you. If they click get in touch, they will click get in touch, and then they will get in touch with your Facebook profile or your link, your Twitter account or your email address, and they can get in touch straight with you immediately. And the best thing about this is that using Ionic and using like the React Native, like the React technology, everything is shared live. So the minute that you run out of something, because you are running out of boxes of like gloves or something, there will be an alert that is triggered. And this can be used by anyone. It can be used by organization, by governments, by like peer-to-peer people that just see, oh, like I'm like a healthcare distributor, and now I know that you're running out of gloves. So I will go to you and I can give you gloves, or I can sell them to you. I can make a contract, whatever it is. This what will do, it will reduce the times. It could help reduce the times of the people, like the stocking and resupplying and the chain of supply. It will also make it more transparent, because you would be able to see, eventually you would be able to see like the stock and the supplies of each one of the hospitals or the projects that you're working with or that are nearby you, and you can always know where is the need of everything. There's a long detailed document about the whole project and the benefits it could use. I really hope that you consider this and that you enjoy it. And there's a lot of things that it could be useful for. The idea, again, is to make it very, very, very easy to use. So this is not a burden. Like, nobody has to make inventory and spend like 2 or 3 hours making inventory while he could be doing something else. The idea is to be able to keep the inventory as fast as possible and live, so anyone can use it and anyone can do it fast enough. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. It's very short. It's very short. Sorry for the delay. Like, I haven't had so much time to prepare this because of the dates, and I realized this project was doing like a bit later than usual. Sorry for that again, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's fight the coronavirus and stay home.